everyone. So today I have prepared some song titles which these guys are going to translate into Hungarian, French and Malay. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Born This Way by Lady Gaga. Emma.
So in French it would be né ainsi. And né, the problem is because it's an adjective, depending on whether it's a girl or boy, you'd have to change it. So, I would assume this one is meant to be the feminine version. But, like, if you want to leave enough interpretation for the song, then the way you'd have to write it is N-E with an accent, like accent aigu, and like the accent going upwards, and then an E in brackets to indicate that it could also be equally applied to males and females. There you go. And ainsi just means like this, but it's like I can't think of an exact, like a literal translation, but it's the way that you would translate this way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Melvin?
So I feel like it's a similar situation as French, where we don't have a term for this way. We can say like this way, but it's more like this method. So this is the method you're born. So that sounds really weird. So instead, I translate it to dilahirkan sebegini, which means born like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I went for the this as well, more than the this way.
Yeah, same in Hungarian. There's not much difference between this and this way in this context. And it sounds very stupid if I use the infinitive form in Hungarian, so I'm just gonna use first person singular. So born this way would be így születtem.
That sounds nice.
Born like this, kind of. But
the thing is,
like the infinitive form would go like this, így születni. So it sounds very weird in Hungarian, like we never use the infinitive form in sentences.
But the thing is, all your versions, I can
I mean,
imagine.
it doesn't sound weird to us.
Yeah, not to you, but to me it sounds like, oh my god, what is this? Someone...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Very well.
I think like when it's your own language, it just sounds, some things just sound wrong, even if they are grammatically correct and everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're not catchy. Like if you translate something, sometimes it's like, no.
Mine sounds solemn.
Embarrassing, not catchy.
Mine sounds like a very depressing song.
Which is not in English at all.
No.
Yeah, I think in French, if you say né ainsi, it sort of sounds like, oh well, you know, like this is fate. This is the way I was born. Can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Whereas in English, it's like empowering. I was born this way.
Exactly.
Full stop.
Okay, so I couldn't leave this one out.
Of course.
Wonderwall by Oasis. Petra?
Okay. Thank you for picking me first for this. So literally I would say Csodafal, which to me sounds like a kids theatre piece or a cartoon program. Wherein the main character goes through a magic wall. Because we don't really differentiate between like wonder or magic or magical or something.
Yes, in French it sounds very similar as well.
Where is it in French?
So I would translate it to Mur des Merveilles, but des Merveilles is exactly what you use in Alice in Wonderland. The translation is Alice au pays des merveilles. So the merveille is like everything that's kind of that belongs to the fantastic, well, to fantasy and everything, like fantastical world and everything. So because wonder in itself is rather difficult to translate, and based on other things that are translated, I would say merveille is the best thing, but mur de merveille just makes me think, okay, this is a wall, like a wall that would be in Alice in Wonderland, or like in Harry Potter. Like someone can walk through that wall. Just that's what it sounds like.
And in Malay, it is exactly the same problem. So I translated to dinding keajaiban, which kind of means the wall of wonder, but not really. It sounds kind of magical. It's like
Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, it sounds like the closet in Narnia, where once you cross over, you go into another world. Like, Ila dinding keajaiban. We have to go somewhere.
It sounds pretty cool.
It does.
Yeah, but the word dinding to me sounds right. It's like this wall, like the wall in your house, and that's a dinding.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is Leave a Light On by Tom Walker. Emma?
This sounds ridiculous, but I would say the translation would be laisse la lumière allumée. It's kind of difficult to translate just because of the leave is more like an imperative form, and in the song though I don't think it is used in the imperative form, is it?
No, not really.
So that's what the problem is in the title. It kind of comes across as an imperative form, so if you translate it, I would translate it with an imperative, but actually in the song it's not the imperative, so it's like, should I use the imperative or not?
It's not the imperative. Okay. That makes it a lot more difficult.
It would also be like laisser, which means to leave, like to leave the light on. Laisser la lumière allumée.
Yeah, because in the song it's like, I will leave the light on.
Yeah, but it's like the light turned on in French.
Yeah. Oh god. He lost.
Okay, Nelvin.
So, thankfully in Malay there's no such problem. So I translated to biarkan lampu menyala. We interestingly has a word for a light that is switched, like to make it shine, to make it light. So we say menyala, and I can just say biarkan lampu menyala, but it translates to actually let the light stay on. Kind of.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
and it works regardless. So there's no this problem of imperative. Yes.
Okay, so if it's not the imperative form, I would have to say egy villanyt felkapcsolva hagyni, which is like we don't have like light on, we have light turned on. There's no shorter form.
Yeah, same for me.
But if it were the imperative, then it would be hagyd a lámpát felkapcsolva, vagy hagyd egy lámpát felkapcsolva. See, this is what I mean. Like you have to conjugate the verb differently if it's a specific object or like a group in general.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very complicated.
Hungarian life is complicated.
So the next one and last one I thought would be fairly easy to translate. I thought, but let's see.
Oh, this is so cute.
Little Lion Man by Mumford and Sons.
I love that song.
Yeah, I like it
It's
too.
my favourite song.
Who to go first? Emma?
So I love that song. It's just such a pity that it sounds stupid in French. So I translated as Le Petit Homme Lion, but I don't know, somehow Little Lion Man has something really poetic about it. And when you translate it, it just all disappears and it just sounds like all I see is like a little boy that maybe has the tail of a lion or the head of a lion or something. But it doesn't sound cute anymore and it doesn't sound poetic anymore. It just sounds like, okay, this is some kind of weird fairy tale, or I don't know what it is. Right? Yeah.
Petra?
Yeah, something similar in Hungarian, like same problem, that once I translate this, it doesn't sound very poetic anymore. I would say kis oroszlán ember.
But that sounds quite nice.
Really? It sounds like an insult to me.
Oh dear.
Lion man.
Lion Man.
Yeah.
Because in that case, I would join the last two words like lion and man and write them in one word in Hungarian.
Uh-huh.
But that's what makes it a bit insulting, I think.
It doesn't sound that way when you say it to me, though.
Yeah. Okay, maybe it just sounds like that to me.
In Malay, I had some difficulty. I mean, man, in Malay, we have two different words for the person. So like policeman kind of man, and the gender, a man. So I was thinking it shouldn't be the gender, so I translated it to be the person. So orang singa kecil, because adjectives comes at the end. The problem is it sounds like you are this hybrid animal, like this orang singa orang ular sounds like you're this Medusa kind of serpent person, and orang singa makes you sound like a lion human hybrid. Oh. It just sounds very strange. Yeah.
It's interesting because I thought that would be an easy one to translate, but I was wrong, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes the translation, even if it's easy to translate, it just doesn't sound right. I think there's more in the translation than just being able to translate the words. It's actually the feeling of the words and the sound of the words.
Yeah, because it's changed so much, the feeling.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, instead of like, oh, cute.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching, and if you want to comment below with any of the song titles in your own languages.
You can.
That was really aggressive. I'm
That
sorry.
was a bit weird, yes. Can you do that?
That was really aggressive.
Please, write it down.
This is your
I will
homework,
watch
guys.
you.
Should I do the outro?
Watching you.
Checking your homework next week.
Okay, let's try that again.
And in the end, the Fork in Tomatoes became very popular because people from all over the world subscribed to their videos, and they liked every video too. And you know what else? They shared all their happy and lovely thoughts in the comments. And they clicked on the bell so they wouldn't miss a thing and get notified every time a new video was released. So in the end, the Fork in Tomatoes lived happily ever after. The end.